Right. So what is a sentence, children? A sentence is a group of words that make sense to us. Right. So if you look on the screen, we can read, I am a happy girl. I am a happy girl. All right. So this sentence, we see it's a group of words, and when we put them together, they make sense. I am a happy girl. I am a happy girl. So, sentence, we know it's a sentence also because I have a capital letter to start my sentence and I have a full stop to end my sentence. And don't forget that these type of sentences are known as statements because we are saying something. I am a happy girl, right? So if she was saying this to you, I am a happy girl, she's telling you something about herself. So this is also known as a statement. And statements also start with a capital letter and end with a full stop. So I want you to take a look. If you remember, a statement tells you something. A statement tells you something. So look at this statement, children. And don't forget, statements begin with a capital letter and end with a full stop. And this is a statement. So it's going to tell you something. So let's read the statement. This is a brick. This is a brick. So that's my statement or sentence. Capital letter to start, full stop to end, and it's telling me something. This is a brick, right? That's just a little revision of what we did last time. Now, we learned about another type of sentence called a question. And what is a question? Let's find out. A question asks you something. A question asks you something. So let's take a look at this question. Can I see your book? Can I see your book? Now, what did we say about questions? All right. It does begin with a capital letter, but this time it ends with a question mark. No full stop here. A question mark because we are asking something. Can I see your book? Now, what did I also say about questions? The tone of your voice changes when we are asking a question. So do you hear how my voice take up a little height there? Can I see your book? Because I'm asking a question. I'm not saying something, I'm asking. So I raise my voice a little bit so that I can ask my question. So don't forget, capital letter to start my question and question mark to end. Okay? Now today, we want to talk about a different type of sentence. Okay? These sentences have something at the end. Now, if you take a look at where my arrow is pointing, here we see our sentence start with a capital letter, but it doesn't end with a full stop or a question mark. It ends with this thing here, right? And I want to show you what it looks like. Right, so watch where my arrow is pointing. This is called an exclamation mark. Exclamation. All right? So we are looking here. It's called an exclamation mark. And these, when we use an exclamation mark, it means we are shouting out something. We are not saying something. We're not asking a question. We are shouting out something. So I want you to take a look at the picture, boys and girls. Here is the gentleman, and he has a suitcase, and this is a taxi. He's calling out the taxi, right? And he's telling the taxi, actually he's shouting at the taxi driver saying, wait for me, wait for me. He is shouting it out. And when people are shouting out something, you use an exclamation mark at the end of your sentence. So there he is shouting to the taxi driver so the taxi driver can hear him. Wait for me. Right? So as he's shouting, we use an exclamation mark to show that he is shouting out what he is saying. So again, we do start with a capital letter that does not change, but instead we end with an exclamation mark because he is shouting to the taxi driver. Wait for me. Okay? And check this one. This one might interest you a lot. So here we see the little boy, and he is scared of the lion which seems to be coming to eat him up. Okay, so he shouts out, help me, help me, because the lion is coming for him, right? So if you see, now look at this. This is a sentence with just 2 words. 1, 2 words. But it's still a sentence because we have a capital letter for H in the word help. And at the end, we have an exclamation mark to show that the person is shouting out for help. Help me. He's shouting out for help. Help me. That lion is coming for me. So help me. All right. So this is also a sentence, children. Capital letter to begin, but this time exclamation mark. The exclamation mark tells us that the person is shouting out something. All right. So let's do a little summary of that. Right. So we have learned that in sentences we can use full stop for when we are making a statement. Full stop. We use full stops when we are making a statement. We use question marks when we are asking a question. And we use the exclamation mark when we are shouting out something.